I love a fresh pea, just popping it in. Love a vegetable, that's what they say.
She loves vegetables. Now, you are actually here to promote peas.
Yeah.
Tis an ill cook that cannot lick his own fingers. I said that wrong.
You were saucy when you said that.
And I go, and here's your lamb, and then they go, oh, it's her.
But it'd be like George Clooney giving you your cinema ticket.
Actors don't say it.
Can I say it? I'm not an actor.
We're not in a theatre, you can say it.
So the word Macbeth.
I was on Hampstead Heath, and there was a group of men running, like a running club.
Yeah.
And they all came up, oh my God, we're all watching Bad Sisters. Blah, blah. Sweaty rich men.
Oh, hello. Welcome to Dish from Waitrose. I'm Nick Grimshaw.
And I'm Angela Hartnett.
And we are here with a very special guest, an
Amazing.
acting legend, I
Yes.
feel. A round of applause for the one and only Anne-Marie Duff. Welcome to Dish.
Well, hello, thanks for having me over.
Oh my God, thanks for coming. How are
Pleasure.
you?
I'm really, really good. You know, I'm always good when the sun shines.
Yeah, good day out there.
It is, it
Real
is.
nice day out there.
It sure is.
Thanks for coming into our dark studio.
With the blinds
We'll make it breezy and quick.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll make it quick. We should talk about standing ovation because you've done a lot of work. You've won a lot of awards. You've been very celebrated. How do you take a standing ovation? And now, do you ever go out and be like, why is he sat?
Well, a very weird thing has happened since COVID. Every show now has standing ovations, and it didn't used to happen. So you used to really work for them before. Well,
Really
now,
act.
Why since acting your heart out? Why since COVID?
I think what happened was that people were so overwhelmed with gratitude
to
and joy to
move.
be
Yeah.
back
Yes.
in the
Yeah,
space with
that's
you,
true.
that everyone would leap to their feet. And I've heard Andrew Scott talking about this in interviews, saying, you know, it's all right, you don't have to stand up. You know, you don't want to-
I wasn't that good. I forgot a few lines.
it was all right tonight. But I've really noticed it, and we all laugh about it. Actors, when we go to the theatre, we go, oh, here we go. We stand up.
It was only just fine, but we got us down.
It's a new shift,
Yeah.
gear shift, and we'll see if it slowly
Okay,
wanes, and people
yeah.
will be back to, let's see what you've got.
Yeah.
We'll see what
Because
happens.
then do you feel you have to come back out a second time? You know, because you come to the
Well,
audience.
that's always the
you-
tricky
yeah,
bit. You're standing backstage, you go, is it? Oh, should
yeah.
we have another?
Yeah.
And you see people on the
God,
other
it's just
side
my
of the
mum
stage.
standing. God, we should sit down, then we can go home.
And sometimes only half the cast come out, and then it's oh no!
Oh no!
The timing's terrible, but it's funny
God.
though. Anyway, always funny.
It must be like really, really terrifying though as an actor. Although I always have actors like prefer it. How do you feel? Do you like to do film or do you like to do theatre?
I do love doing theatre. I can't
Yeah, it's scary.
because it's just like us having a chat here now.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so. And we're in charge as well as actors. Selfishly, there's nobody going, oh no, I like blue or. Maggie Smith said this really funny thing once. She was talking about the difference between acting on stage and on screen. She was like, you know, you do a performance of your life, she said, and then someone goes, no, cardigan's all wrong. And that's what theatre's like. I mean, film is like, it's the most theatre, whereas we're in charge. We get to tell the story all the way through. You know, we know shenanigans.
Oh yeah, you don't want anyone to be like, so can you do that again? The light was a bit weird. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
for God's sake,
Yeah,
you're joking.
so it's-
No, that would happen here.
No.
Yeah.
And never happen here. Would never happen here. Would never ever happen. What's the food version of a standing ovation? Compliments to the chef.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
When chefs
Yeah.
come out, it's always
Oh, the
rather
chef comes
glamorous,
out,
isn't
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true. Yeah, I never thought of that.
Do you, when you do say that, if you said that to a waiter, send my compliments to the chef. Did the waiter come in and say to you, table 9 said it was
yeah.
good? Are you like, well, yeah?
No.
You're like, of course it was. Did it?
No, I think, of course people do come in and they say compliments to chef and you go, thank you. But all I always say is team effort. Because it is a team
Yes.
effort.
Oh, see,
course,
that
yeah.
is like,
Yeah.
but it is like
It is a
theatre,
team
isn't
effort,
it?
yeah.
But tell me this: how often have you done a table tour? Because you are a rock star.
What do you mean a table tour?
Going out and seeing people after?
Oh, no, I do tend to go out into the restaurant. But,
Yeah.
you know, I go and chat to the staff, and sometimes I'll take plates. And then if the for some reason that food's waiting and we need it, I'll just go and take it out myself and put it down, which shocks people. Because they're eating and I go, and here's your lamb, and then they go, oh, it's her.
But it'd be like George Clooney giving you your cinema ticket. It would be so.
I like that analogy. Thank you. Yeah.
Getting down the audience, doing a shift. Thanks, George. Thanks, George.
That would be so good.
But I think but to me, that's what food is. It's a leveller. And it shouldn't be that the chefs have to hide in the kitchen. It's a restaurant. You want people to have a good time. So it doesn't matter. I mean, the best is when I clear a plate, because then the waiting staff are like, oh, they're not doing our job, and they sort of run up.
Yeah.
And I just laugh. I said, I've cleared 3 more than you. Yeah.
Yeah, fun for the guest, terrible for the waiter. Now, we want to talk about acting, of course, more. But right now, we want to talk about one of the great loves of your life, which we've heard is the vegetable.
Oh, my God, yeah, I love vegetables.
You love a vegetable?
I do.
Yeah, but specifically the aubergine, we've heard.
I do love it. I know this is controversial, and it's people are really sniffy about it, and I love it. That's because they're cooked badly. You go to Italy.
Yeah. Yes.
Or you go to the Middle East, and it's delicious. It's just a funny old thing. And also, it's become now it represents a certain part of the male anatomy.
It does. It does. So if you want an aubergine or order an aubergine, people will laugh.
People will laugh.
And it's an aubergine, that's all. I imagine you hate people laughing at an aubergine.
I don't care. That doesn't bother me. But I'm with you.
Yeah.
If it's cooked well, it's brilliant. It's delicious.
We've got here that you love, quote, Mediterranean peasant food.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a thing. That's not like me being judgmental.
No, that's not you being like, the poor people.
Yes, I love poor people.
It is a food type.
It is
historical food.
It's a historical food.
Yeah.
And it's really simple. And it's just like, a hunk of really good bread and amazing olive oil, or you use that bread to then make breadcrumbs with something. And I just love all that stuff,
Yeah, I love all that. Is there any food that you had as a kid that you still love or that you still make?
Oh, yeah, bacon and cabbage, which is very Irish.
Yes.
So you get an amazing ham and you'd boil it, and then you'd cook the cabbage in the bacon water. So that it's just a stock. And then it's very simple, but oh my God, with some good spuds and amazing butter.
Yes.
And my dad will make that if I'm coming over.
Oh, that's cute. I love that.
And soda bread, homemade soda bread.
I love soda bread.
Yeah.
Okay, food is here.
Yeah.
We were just talking about vegetables. Anne-Marie Duff, huge fan of the vegetable.
It's so fun.
Loves the vegetable.
Anne-Marie Duff, huge fan of vegetables.
And an actor.
Died this morning in an aubergine incident.
She also acted. So what have we got today, Ange?
We have a courgette and pea tart.
Okay.
Very
so
pretty.
puff pastry base with the layers of cream cheese mixed with some lemon, dill, touch of pepper, and then we've got layers of courgette, some fresh peas, and finished with some nigella seeds around the edge and some spring onions.
Yes.
And then a little salad on the side.
So
This
yummy.
looks delicious. Do you like making this sort of thing, Ange?
I don't mind it actually. I like pastry. I like savoury, so it ticks every box. You see.
So you'd have the cheese at the end of the meal rather than the
Oh
pudding.
God, yeah, all the time. Yeah, much better. Yeah, happy with that.
Wow, that
That's
is
so
really good.
yummy.
And what's the wine pairing with?
So we've got a Zacharias Assyrtiko, wonderful dry white wine that is beautiful from Waitrose.
Of course.
Nice.
Of course, from
where
Waitrose.
else?
Of course, where else? Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
If you want to try this recipe or try the wine, you can go to Waitrose and buy them. You get this recipe and all the food on waitrose.com/dish recipes.
Perfect.
Angela, talk me through this recipe. We've got like courgette ribbons.
Yeah.
Very fine, very thin.
Sliced on a mandolin.
Oh, yes. Do you do a mandolin glove?
I was just
No.
going to ask, do
No.
you have the Joan of Arc glove?
No,
love-
I don't,
That's my
sorry.
favourite kitchen thing.
I have one.
I love it.
Because I saw it on
Is
Nigella.
it just
and
used
then-
for the mandolin or the
Yeah, it's just for the mandolin, but you only get one, don't you?
Yeah,
So it's
just
like
one.
a little, Joan of Arc glove.
But you don't get it with the mandolin, do you?
Yeah.
No, I didn't get
Oh, I
that.
got mine,
I had to
yeah.
order
You
mine
must have a
separate.
very fancy mandolin.
Mine came with glove. I love wearing the glove. I love wearing the glove.
It's a bit Michael Jackson, just
Yeah,
the
I
one.
was going to
Just the
say, do you
one.
put Michael Jackson on and then we'll parade around?
So you do them on there, but these are very, very thin, almost like see-through, but not burnt. They're just perfectly toasted.
We did another layer. So you put basically your cream cheese base, then put your peas, then the courgettes on, olive oil and salt. And then that cooked. And then myself and lovely Sam, who always helps, we put an extra layer on and did them for another 5 minutes. So just even more courgette. Because they are so thin, they cook in no time, you see.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Also, love a pea.
I love a pea.
Love
a
peas.
vegetable, that's what they say.
She loves vegetables. Now you are actually here to promote peas. No. Let's talk about Suspect.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Suspect is back for a second series.
Yeah.
So for anyone that's not seen Suspect, can you give us the overview?
Yeah.
So it was actually a brilliant conceit originally. So it's all about, so it's not your regular police procedural. So it starts off in season 1 with a police officer, Danny, who goes in to a post-mortem. It's just been finished, and he pulls back the sheet and he realises it's his daughter.
Yeah.
So that's the catalyst that sends everything off. And it's been registered as suicide, but he knows that it's not. And so the whole of season 1 was him trying to investigate and prove that. And then we discover there's all kinds of levels of corruption and whatnot. So then he is incarcerated. And so then I have to take over. And of course, for me, my character is a psychotherapist, so she's a very different way of looking at things. But she's on the chase, and the corruption becomes more and more evident to my character.
That's a good one, isn't it? That's a good sell. That is good. You know everyone listening is turning this podcast off to go and watch that. How does the show come into your life? Do you get sent a script, or do you say to your agent, I want to do something like this? Like, how does a role happen for you?
It all sort of feels a bit like a lovely accident. You know, you get sent things, and then I'm touching wood, but I've been so insanely lucky in that way that different kinds of things have come to me. And Suspect was an interesting one because the first series was all Jimmy Nesbitt, and then each episode, they're like two-handers each episode, they're only half an hour. And so in the first series, I was only in one episode with him, but I knew that the second series was all about my character.
Okay.
So I knew that would happen in that way. But what it does is, because they're just two-handers, it attracts the most incredible actors. They just want to come and really do loads of acting.
Yeah.
So for Jimmy's season, he had Richard E. Grant come in, Jolie Richards, all these incredible...
You've got stellar cast.
I literally, because I was a bit like, will anyone want to come and play with me, though? Because you don't know, do you? But then, when, we have Gina McKee and Eddie Marzan, and, it's just insane, the cast list.
I've met James Nesbitt quite a few times.
Yeah.
He's very good friends with a very good friend of mine. And every time I see him, he says, I've got to come on the podcast. It's brilliant. So I can't see him now soon, because now you've been on it promoting the show.
He's not in this season.
Oh, that's fine then.
So he can come any other
Yeah,
day.
he's in prison. We'll just say...
He gets out in series 3.
We can get you over, We'll get him on.
He'll be something. He'll be doing a million other things.
Yeah.
I know, James
he's always got 3 jobs on the boil, hasn't he?
He's nuts, that one. Well, he's busy like you.
Well, I'm not as busy as the Nesbitt.
Yeah, the Nesbitt.
I think
He's known in the industry as the Nesbitt. I like that.
He's
I'll
the
use that
busiest
next
man in
time.
equity.
The
I think.
Nesbitt.
Brilliant.
Suspect did incredibly well. It was like Channel 4's biggest drama of the year. How do you know something's going to be good before it happens? And do you get the whole script, or how do you know that you're because you've made some fantastic choices, but how do you make them?
Well, again, like I say, by a happy accident a lot of the time. But I think it's always the writing, isn't it? You know, it's like anything. If the writing's brilliant, then that's one thing you can just breathe.
How far into a script do you go before you realise if it's good or bad? On average.
It depends if you go, I think I might need a wee and I'll make a cup of tea.
Right. Not great. Yeah.
And then you're, interesting. Interesting.
Okay.
Or if you're suddenly 3/4 of the way through and you go, I love it, and then you realise, oh my God, I've not put this down. It's usually a really good
That's how
sign.
you know. Yeah.
But sometimes it can be more complicated than that. But yeah.
I always think you are a busy working actor.
Yeah.
That's where I was speaking to my friend Laura about you this morning, because I said you were coming on, and she was like, I love Anne-Marie Duff.
Yeah.
And she said, you know what? She went, I don't know anything about her, I just know I love her.
I like that. I'm enigmatic, you see, but I love a vegetable.
Loves a vegetable. She'll listen to this and be like, I still don't know anything about her, but whoa, she loves peas.
My God.
She loves peas.
Give that woman an aubergine.
Yeah, but was that a conscious decision? Because you're in a world where, you could be massively famous and in everyone's grill, and you're on the telly, and people are like, Anne-Marie Duff. But you've managed to retain a sort of mystery almost.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it depends what jobs you do. If you end up in the Marvel universe, or if you end up in a soap, there's a whole gear shift as to how much people feel they know you or own you. And so if you just dot along doing regular drama and things, I think it's different. Because people stop me to talk to me about my work. They're not like, oh my God, it's you. They're like, oh, even the young ones, like when I did sex ed, it was like, oh my God, sex education, which was, I felt very cool in front of my son. And he was like, oh, you're not so bad.
Didn't you want to be a singer at one point?
I was singing and also I would sing at family parties or whatever, which is just a thing you do, you know, it's not. And then there was a sort of fork in the road, and I had it's amazing singing teacher, and she just said, I think you're an actress. And she didn't say like, I think you're an actress. But yeah, so that was it.
But it was a compliment, wasn't it?
Yeah, she was just saying, I think that's what you are. That's who you are. I was like, yes, I am.
An actor.
She's done it.
I'm an actor. Now, you've done some iconic roles.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the one we can't say.
Oh, yeah.
Lady M.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twice. I've done Lady M twice.
Lady M twice.
Yeah. Actors don't say it.
Actors don't. Can I say it? I'm not an actor.
We're not in a theatre. You can say it.
Oh,
Say
okay. So the word Macbeth. Aubergines.
How do you even say that instead? Lady Aubergine.
Lady Aubergine.
Lady Aubergine. That is
the way
going
to
to
do it.
be, yeah.
So I don't know how I knew this, or like where I'd got that from, but I knew this thing.
It's sometimes you see it on shows.
Yeah,
like
it
was, I think it was on Frasier or something.
Oh,
they
yeah.
did one of those things. No, but it is those sort of odd moments that they go, don't say it. You know?
Don't say Macbeth.
Yeah,
and some of my friends were like, what are you talking about? I was like, no, that is the thing. Like, actors
you're not
don't
supposed
say
to. Superstitious.
Macbeth.
Yeah.
So are you quite superstitious in that? Is this like an actor's rule? Like you do not say the M word in a
Well,
theatre?
some actors are like, oh, Macbeth. In the theatre, you know, they do it on purpose.
Who's
but
that actor?
You can see it
They've
was
never
just...
worked again. You won't know them. That's it.
I am superstitious. I'm really superstitious. But I think it's like being a gambler or a footballer. You wear your lucky pants, or you go, right, I always choose number 17, or you know, these things, because they're all uncertainties.
Yeah.
You don't know if the show's going to be good tonight. You don't know if someone's going to forget the lines. You don't know.
Oh no, don't.
So you have all these things, and I have my rituals, and I'll go like, I do this at this time, and I do that at this time. You get little sort of obsessive compulsive behaviours that are, they're really rituals, aren't they? Superstitions, you know.
Yeah.
So what rituals do you do?
Yeah,
I know exactly the time I have to have a shower before a show, and it depends on the character.
I love,
Somebody just go, whoa.
That's quite a
That is dark.
Shower.
Not a shower. Yeah.
So you do a shower at the exact same time?
Yeah. And if I have a character thing, you know, that they do or wear, or they have to do it at the same time and in the same way, and blah, 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 and all that sort of stuff. And yeah.
So go on.
No, go. I just wanted to see before we left superstitions.
Yeah.
If you did anything like that before a busy night in the restaurant, is there any ritual that you have to do?
Oh, I always have the same set of chef's wipes, and I always roll up the sleeve. And Gordon always used to put his button down, and I was, you know, we all have, the same.
Do you wear
thing.
the same?
Not the same white all the time, but the same jacket, and I always, but that, again, it's that memory, it's habit, isn't it?
Yeah.
You dress it the same way, you do it the same way,
And then you don't have to think about anything but this.
Well, that's why I always used to
that's the
moan
thing.
about, like, Great British Menu, and you do that, and they do that silly thing, sorry, Great British Menu, you're walking up and down. And I said to him, it's the same bloody pair of shoes I've worn for 10 years, literally, you know, I haven't changed them. Why do I need to do this again? It's the same jacket.
got the shot.
You've got the shot.
You've got the shot. Save some money, BBC, you know.
But what I love is when you watch the show and it is the same shot.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that's the same shot of the harbour.
So these are the same shoes, look.
It ain't changing.
Haven't changed.
It ain't changing. Let's talk about Bad Sisters,
Oh,
because you
gosh,
love Bad Sisters. We love Bad Sisters. You won a BAFTA
I know,
for Bad
I
Sisters.
can't, I'm
That's
still-
right.
No.
Do they give you the heads up? They're like, you're gonna win.
No. And when they said my name, I thought they said somebody else's name
Oh, no.
for a nanosecond, because there was another nominee that started
You were like,
and the camera was really far away from me, because usually there's a camera right there ready to witness your disappointment. And
I hate that they do that.
I know, it's
I think we
weird.
should stop that.
Yeah.
I'm
So
like, who first thought,
Yeah.
let's, when someone's winning an award, film the people who didn't win.
Yeah.
I thought that recently when I watched them. I was like, it's a really weird thing that we do, and they have to be like,
no, well
Nice.
done, you.
yeah. We should stop that. Anyway, so
there is a moment. I watched it back to see it, and you see me go.
That's me.
Great acting.
So, yeah, I really didn't expect it. So it was a lovely, and also because I'm not 22, it's really interesting. You know, as you get a little older, you go, this is an amazing thing that's happening to me tonight. And next time it's someone else's turn.
Yeah.
You know, you don't go, well, this is who I am now. You go, oh, isn't this a lovely thing now?
Yeah.
You know, it's really interesting. I think you enjoy stuff a bit more.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And where is the Bafta housed?
It's in the spare room at the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a cupboard where I put awards.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you don't want to be putting them out, showing off.
Yeah.
But I can't quite put my Bafta in
No,
Don't.
and it looks good. Some
I think you should
like
just have it
plastic.
somewhere weird, not weird, but like next to the kettle or something. Because no one would expect that. Because everyone would expect them all over the place. So actually, you know, a cup of tea. Oh, yes, excuse me, just move the basket.
What was it? Sorry.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Sorry, was it the tea and the...
Something like
A
that.
Baf tea? Oh, sorry.
You were kept away from the cast on Bad Sisters, is that correct?
I wasn't kept away, but
Okay.
just the way it worked. I
Yeah.
didn't see the girls because I had to do all my scenes with Clace,
Yes.
which was kind of like life and art. So I'd
Yeah.
see them all walking across the back of the set to go and do
Yeah.
that, and they'd all been gorgeous because they're all insanely beautiful
Yeah.
in their gorgeous costumes.
Was it filmed in Ireland?
We did studio in London
Yeah.
and then exteriors in Ireland.
Okay.
This time around, we just wrapped the second season. It's more in Ireland. I think they
Okay.
kind of went, listen, lads,
Yeah.
you're making an Irish show here.
You need to be,
Yeah. So there's more beautiful Irish
It
country.
is incredibly brilliant, I
Yeah.
think. The
Yeah,
writing's
Sharon is a
amazing.
genius. She's
Yeah.
a genius, isn't she? She's
But
like no one else.
the characters suit the actress who's playing that role. It seems to work,
Yeah.
you know. I'm very curious now how you're going to do a second
Oh,
series.
baby, there's a twist
I
and
know,
turn.
There's got to be.
I can't tell you. I suspect there are
No.
snipers everywhere.
Because there's so many things on TV series that you watch it and you're always trying to guess it ahead, aren't you? You always
Oh,
say,
yeah.
oh yeah, it's them that did it or they did it
Yeah.
or that's what happened. But actually, Bad Sisters was one of the few things recently that I was till the end
Yeah.
that got me. I was like, how then? I did not spot that.
I didn't spot it when I was
Yeah.
reading the scripts.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, I bet he dies by accident. I
Yeah,
bet
well,
that's
there's
what
something,
happened.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I really didn't guess it. So it was a great... And the amount of people who would chat to me about
Yeah.
that show, it's been insane and really surprising. I was on Hampstead Heath and there was a group of men running, like a running
Yeah.
club.
Yeah.
And they all came up, oh my God, we're all watching Bad Sisters. Blah, blah. Sweaty rich men. And then their name was... But the amazing thing out of that was one of them said, yeah, and it's really made us think about one of our friends and how he treats his wife.
Really?
Because I expected a lot of women to be cracked open by
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But it's great, huh? You just
Yeah.
never know which way a story will land. you know?
Yeah,
No, of
I love
course.
it. It's so good. I can't wait to see series
And we
2.
were, without
Really
giving it
can't.
all away, I'm sure most
Yeah,
people
please.
have seen it, but I mean, I was very happy with the ending,
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
happy what happened to him.
Yeah.
Quite
Yeah.
frankly.
God, yeah.
God, yes. Yeah, it was brilliant. Can't wait the next
I know, me too. For your end of show question, for your chance to win the Waitrose goodie bag, can you guess? This is good. Can you guess the Shakespeare play?
Oh, no, hold on.
From these foodie quotes.
Oh,
Okay.
you know I'm gonna
Shakespeare.
fail. I'll fail.
Food. Here we go. Name that play. Do you think, because you are virtuous, that there shall be no more cakes and ale?
I mean, to be fair, these are quite hard.
That could be
It's
any
not a
play.
juicy bit, is it? It's a bit of a-
That could be any
Maybe
old.
try that
Because
one.
you are something and virtuous. Well, a virtuous character, maybe Measure for Measure, because there was a girl who was a nun in Measure for Measure.
No, 12th Night.
Oh, bums.
Act 2, Scene 3, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone knows that.
Oh, damn it. I'm going to fail all these.
Okay,
No, you're
you
not.
do the bottom one, and then
Yeah.
we'll just do 2.
It is an ill cook that cannot lick his own fingers. I said that wrong.
You were saucy
Very
when you
good.
said Oh, Romeo and Juliet. I'm so mortified.
Well, congratulations. And Anne-Marie Duff, thank you so much
Thank
for
you for
coming
having
round.
me.
Yes.
I'm very grateful to
that
eat your
was-
delicious food. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you. Well, there's plenty you can take it home for you. And
Yeah, take it home.
Son,
for you
have
too,
supper.
Yeah. Round of applause for our guest, Anne-Marie Duff, everybody.
And a bow. You gotta do a bow.